Hey everybody, Antikas here. We're playing some Crash Landing, and it's midweek, and I wanted to give you guys an update because I've made so much progress. It's been really fantastic. First of all, look at this. Loaded baked potatoes, garlic chicken, potato soup. I'm making some good food. I'm actually envious of myself. I wish I was like eating like this in real life, but nope. We are, look at this. I dug all this out. Over the last, well, since the last recording session, which was on the weekend. Not entirely sure what I'm doing with this space. I kind of thought maybe I'd do like a greenhouse over here, but I think I've changed my mind. I've expanded the farm. Actually, you know what? While I'm down here, let me show you. The whole point of the grass here, I planted some grass seeds, is just to get seeds for planting. So I've just been kind of doing a checkerboard pattern on here every time I come down here. See if I can get some random seeds that might be useful. So, celery, we need that actually. Candleberry, broccoli. Now I've got the final ingredient to make some chicken thing. I don't remember what it was called, but it's gonna be good. Corn, chili peppers, got more mustard. That's what that's all about. And I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna keep my crops growing over here. This is going to be my greenhouse, I think, here. What's that? Rubber tree seed. Oh dear. Oh, no, okay, I'm not at a space. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to actually build it above ground. Although the ship will be in the way. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might just cut the end of that engine off. Food is not a problem. Cooking is a bit time-consuming, but food is not a problem. The cobble gen. What can I show you about the cobble gen? Let's get some dust here. A little bit of dust. The cobble gen, I made one change to it since the last episode. I was looking at this thing called... I think that's what it's called. No. It's called a plane? Oop, plane. No. I can't spell! Dang it. Plane. No, that's not what it's called. Okay, here, let's go up. Transfer node. Transfer node, really easy to make. Super cheap. Transfer node, you gotta make some of these transfer pipes, which they're not too expensive. Some stone, glass, and redstone. And then you make a transfer node. It's a lot of redstone, a chest, and some stone. Basically, like nothing to make it. And then it makes cobblestone fast. Like, look at that. It's really good. So I hooked that up to my my cobble gen for no more pickaxing, and then the crucible. I just loaded up the hopper up there with cobblestone. I might be getting to the point where I need to actually replenish it, but it's hard to. Oh no, it's still got quite a bit in there, and I've just been filling up this tank, and I want to make this longer. And then whenever I need to cook a lot of stuff, like this cobblestone, I just come down here. I put. I didn't have the floor dug out when I put this in, so it was a little bit easier to access. Yeah, okay. There we go. So I just take this bucket, right-click on the tank, put it in the oven, and cook away. It's working pretty good. I made quite a bit of smooth stone. I've actually used most of it. I did the entire floor with it. So that's kind of my my plan for getting building materials. I also upgraded my texture pack, as you may notice. So I've got some new texture, so I'm really happy because the chiseled stuff looks a lot better. Oh, geez, I've done so much. Well, next thing I did, it's getting night. It's kind of dangerous to show you this. Maybe I should sleep. Let's do that. Let's sleep. These beds have to be moved. We gotta make like a hotel or something. Alright, there we go. Be a little less dangerous. The next thing I did was, it turns out that it's actually relatively inexpensive to make conveyor belts. So, just a lot of rubber. So I made quite a bit of conveyor belts, and I surrounded the entire base with them. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Get out of here! Oh, jeez, I made a chicken out there. Hey, guy. So you can see he's dead. Oh, it's kind of scary actually walking up there with all those. Oh, look at this guy. Think we could do this guy some damage? Oh shit. I've had no luck with Enderman. I really need a pearl. Uh-huh. Anyway, it's conveyor belts all around. He's gonna. Oh, except for here, I missed back here. Eep! Oh shit. Well, that was close. So I just have to do this little back area, and I actually have the conveyor belts. I just haven't been out here to actually put them in. As a result, I have a drop chute, and I just put some punji sticks down there, and I've got quite a bit of stuff. Now, the next thing I did was I took all the eggs that I had, and I threw them all in here, and made a little chicken coop. And with all the eggs that I've been collecting from those, I've just been throwing them back in the pit, making more chickens. So I have like unlimited eggs now. It's quite crazy, actually. Also made a grindstone, and that's just so that I can grind up flint. I've just been hammering stone and whatnot, making gravel, and then that way I've upgraded my tools, some of my tools, to flint tools, so that I can have a little bit better tools. Yeah, let me show you the drop chute. The drop chute's nothing fantastic. There's 4 hoppers down here, and it's a 2x2, so that I'm trying to grab spiders, but they like to climb up the chute. But I've emptied it. Oh, hey, look at that. I've emptied it many times. That's my first pearl, and it fills up quite quickly. Actually, it's really good. So, pretty happy with that. I'm actually gonna have to empty it now, just because it's getting too full. But I'll do that off camera. And up here is the chest for the chicken coop, which is why I thought maybe I'd do some farming over here. This thing, well, it's always, whoa, hello. Always full. It's always full. I can't use the eggs fast enough. Anyway, things are going well. I've started thinking about moving storage down here. Upstairs is, oh, I had iron spikes in there originally, so I was getting heads, but I need that's why I need the pearl, actually. Now that I have it, well, it's over there, I can make myself an open block hopper, and I can put the iron spikes back in, and then I can start getting special drops from the mobs, like heads and armor bits and stuff like that, which is going to be amazing. So, what to do today? Let's see. What I wanted to do today was, I have a plan. I was watching a video by Visway, which is, I guess he's the guy who does the... Well, he did a kind of a demonstration on how to use Steve's factory manager to sift dust. And as a result, I think I want to switch this over. Like, if you look at an autonomous activator, the recipe, this is the easy part, right? But making this machine block itself, you have to have invar, which I don't have, and you have to make a PRC LX100 logic expansion card, which takes a printed circuit board, which means getting into pneumatic craft, and I'm not quite ready for that. So what I'd like to do is try this Steve's factory manager stuff, and then I can repurpose these autonomous activators, and maybe get them working with hammers, so that I can, because I've got this unlimited cobble system, so I can start smashing cobble into gravel and sand if I want later to actually get some of the other things like emeralds and diamonds and stuff like that, and lapis, things that I can't get from dust. Excuse me. So, I've experimented with this already. I made a lot of the parts. Oop, I'm not gonna lie, this mod here is complicated. It really is. I'm gonna do my best. Hopefully I won't screw it up while I'm putting it together. but no promises. It's quite complex. I'm really surprised, actually. I've put it together 2 or 3 times already and messed it up. So anyway, the first thing you need, this is sort of acts like a multi-block structure, like it'll talk to any attached block. And the first thing you need to do is put in this, not actually, I'm going to move it back one. You want to put in this thing here. This is called the inventory manager, machine inventory manager. So this is the brains, and this thing here kind of works like a flowchart system, almost like the way you tell it what to do. So here I put a block gate, and the block gate sort of acts almost like a block placer, or I should say not almost, but actually does act like a block placer. And the rapid item valve is an upgrade from the regular item valve, and this basically acts like a hopper, effectively. And we're going to put a sieving table right there. And then these cables you can use like pipes to extend everything, so that if you want to connect multiple things, the cables will pick up or send on any side. So, and then what we'll need is an input chest, and then we'll need an output chest to collect stuff. And right now, actually, let's go upgrade this guy. I think I might have the gold here. Output is probably needs to be much lower. I can use servos and pipes to input, you know, but the output, it's going to be like a main collection point. So let's increase the size of this chest. There we go. Eventually what I'll do is I'll probably hook up a barrel system to this. That's what I'm thinking, if this works pretty, you know, if this works good. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is hook up a clock. And this is where I mess things up a little bit sometimes. So we've got a redstone emitter and a redstone receiver. So I think we do it like this. The emitter here and the no, that's wrong. I did it backwards. Okay, so the receiver goes here. Receiver, emitter, that's basically what I saw in the tutorial video. And then you put this lever on here. Now this does nothing. It has no logic. It doesn't actually function at all. So what you do is you right click on this inventory manager and you create kind of like a logic diagram for it to follow. So there's 2 parts to this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the clock, a redstone clock. So all we're going to do is we're going to say the trigger is redstone controlled. And that's basically it. And then you can move these around by right-clicking on the top corner. And then we need a flow control. There it is. Create flow control. And then all this allows us to do is manipulate inputs and outputs. And then what we're going to need is we're going to need an emitter, which is in here somewhere. Emitter. This is really complicated, by the way. But if you could follow this, and this is like by no means a tutorial, but if you can follow this, you can do this in your, if you're playing Crash Landing, you can do it there too, and it's going to be amazing if we can get it to work. So, emitters, we're going to pick the redstone emitter, because it's going to output a signal, a redstone signal, and then the output, we need to set it to toggle, just so that the emitter logic will output a signal based on every input signal it receives. And then what we want is we want the trigger to output on a high pulse and on a low pulse. And it's given us a, why is it giving us that? No receiver selected. Did I not okay, I thought I selected that. There we go. So we picked our redstone receiver, and then the flow logic is going to whenever it receives an input or a high pulse or a low pulse, it's going to output a signal. And if the emitter receives a signal, it's going to toggle an on and off state. It's effectively going to be a super fast clock. So there you go. It's that fast. It really does. A lot of people suffer from, well, I actually did too, suffer from massive frame rate drops when you fire this thing. But trust me, it's worth it. So that's the first part. Now the second part is even more complicated. So we need a bunch of inputs and outputs. Let's find those things on here somewhere. There we are. So we want to create an input. And this is how we manage moving dust around, is what we're doing. So the first thing we need is an input. And what we're going to do is we're going to say the input chest is the wood chest in this example. Target, you have to specify something, or you get one of those exclamation points. But it doesn't really matter what you pick. It's meant for like machines, where if a machine will only accept something on like one side, then you need to specify the side. But in this case, it doesn't matter. Everything can accept anything from any side. And then items, what we're going to do is we're going to blacklist. And what we want is that right? Blacklist? We want to input. No, I don't think we want blacklist. No, sorry. We want to whitelist dust, I believe. So we want to grab dust from the input chest. And if you were doing gravel or you were doing sand, you would add those things, right? And then what you do is you right click on it and you say specify amount and you limit it to 1. Otherwise it's going to fire a whole stack, and that's not going to go well. So there's our first input. Then our second thing is we need an output. Where do we send this stuff? So we're going to send this to the block gate. The block gate is like a block placer. Target, again, we have to activate, so we'll go down. And then items, the output, we want to whitelist dust again. That's well, at this point, that's the only thing I want to accept. And a lot of people I've noticed here make a mistake when they do little tutorial videos. We want to, again, specify 1. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with a mess. So, and trust me, I've done this several times. I've tried to do this several times. This may not be my first attempt at actually recording this, and it's important. So the next thing we want is another input. This here, like I said, the rapid item valve acts as a hopper. So it's going to suck up anything. This thing's going to right click, and believe it or not, even though there's a space here, it's going to use this space, and it's going to right click into this table, and the hopper is going to suck anything up. So this input here, we want to basically just say use the rapid item valve, the target, just activate in any direction, and then the items, we want to blacklist nothing. That way it's going to pick up anything at all that comes out of that table over there. And then the next thing we need is another output. Is this getting complicated yet? So the output, what this is all about, we're going to take the input chest, we're going to output to the input chest. And there's an important reason for this. Again, we're going to set the target to anything. What we want to do is we want to whitelist dust. And that's because it's going to right click and spam dust a lot faster than the table can handle the sieving. We're not going to specify an amount this time. And what this will allow the hopper to do, or this item valve, is pick up any excess dust, I gotta eat, that drops on the ground and reinsert it back into the system. So overflow. So that's all this output does. And then we need one final output, and the last output is the inventory is going to be to the gold chest. Let's move this up here actually for now. And the target, any direction, and activate. And the items is going to be blacklist none. And that's because we want every other thing to go, like everything that it picks up, emeralds, or whatever, to go to this gold chest. Now, if I did this correctly, this should work. in all my previous attempts to show this, I messed it up. So let's cross our fingers here. So all you do is you link these now. We link the clock to the first input, and this is the chain of events that we want to happen. Basically, I don't know what that button does. Input dust into the system, output it to the sieving table via the block gate, input back into the actual item valve, everything effectively. Output dust back into the input chest, and output everything else to the output chest. But you know what? Actually, let's change this. Just thinking about this. Let's actually blacklist dust. I don't want dust to go in there. If dust goes in there, our input chest is going to be empty. So there, we're going to fix that. We don't want that to happen, so that should be okay. And let's go get some dust and give it a test and see if I made any mistakes. I probably did. Every other time I've tried to do this video, I've messed this up. So there we go, 3 stacks. Turn it on. Looks like I got it. Usually what happens is this piles up with like 1,000 dust, but that's okay. So you can see how much faster that is than an autonomous activator. It's pretty good. If I hooked up the autonomous activator system right next to it, you'd see there's a massive speed difference. Like, look at that. It's jumping at 15% per thing. And then what do we get in here? We are getting no dust, which is really good. That's what I wanted to see. I don't know. I don't know if that's going at max speed or not, but it seems to be working okay. What's cool about this is just some rocks, some redstone, and some iron to make this, and now I can reuse those autonomous activators. So what I want to do is bring those downstairs, and I want to hook them up above this, and I want to pump cobblestone out of that system into a mini system with hammers, which I will have to manually refill to pump dust into here. My frame rate took such a big hit. It's funny. I may have made a mistake though. It doesn't seem like it's actually spilling any extra, and it seems to go a lot faster when it does that. Let me just recheck everything. I did make a mistake. I made a mistake, but it's kind of like, or I should say, I found one way to tweak it. So I had said input from the input chest insert. I had said insert 1 at a time. And when I do that, it seems to go 15% at a time. Well, 15 to 30. I don't know if this is faster or not. If I take that off, what it's trying to do now is input more than one dust into the system at a time. And this is where the hopper picks up the excess, or I should say the item valve picks up the excess and throws it back into the system. When I change that and I'm trying to input more than one, it seems to be faster. And you get this like weird spazzy effect. I can't tell by watching the output that it's significantly faster. I'd have to build 2 of these systems side by side and like run them for a minute each and see, you know, but I think this might be quicker. I'm not sure. You guys can experiment with that. Let me know what you think. Which is faster? I don't know. It should be right-clicking on the table with the dust. So if there's something in the table, so I don't think that I don't know if it'll be faster or not. Anyway, let's go upstairs and let's go grab that autonomous activator stuff, and let's bring that downstairs, and let's refill our water before we die. I have some bottles, and hopefully it's not night outside. I've been working on the tree stuff, but it's all still manual, and so my leaf stuff has been depleting pretty severely. I need to do some dedicated tree cutting. Oh wow, look at that. I'm out. I'm out of water. I'm not good at the grindy stuff. I get tired of doing it, and then I do the minimum. So I'm down to, yeah, like 100 leaf blocks after this. So we gotta watch our water levels. It's just like cooking. I'm not really a big fan of doing a lot of cooking. I'm doing my best. Now, all I have in here is basically a water block over above that, so I should probably go get a bucket, I guess. Do I have a bucket around here somewhere? It's downstairs. I think I'm using it for lava. I think I can use that. There's a ceramic bucket. Yeah, clay bucket. We'll use that. So we want to retrieve this water. I guess we'll go up top. And we'll pop this guy. There we go. And this worked real... Oh. Can't pick up the water. Dang it. Is it there? No. No, it looks like it's... The source block is right... Oh, there, I got it. Okay. You can remove all this, and then we'll plug up the hole. Oh, and we get a hopper back. Sweet. Okay. This has worked really well, actually. But what we're going to do now is we're going to use this for hammers. No sieving table. But otherwise, it's going to be the same principle. I'm still going to use a hopper. And I guess we'll need this chest. It's got some stuff in it. And most of that's going to fall. There we go. Oh, I guess I'll actually need to put those blocks back. I don't have any half slabs on me at the moment. And we'll just put a torch on top of here for now. We can clean that up later. I gotta say the cobblestone's not really appealing to me, and I'm really gonna work on the look of this place. I gotta get some materials first. I'm a little bit material poor. Oh, and you know what else we're gonna need? Some item duct and some servos. At least 2, probably. I have 3 servos. And for now, we can just put this stuff in here, like so. And then we're going to need... How many item ducts do we have? I guess we'll have to make this relatively compact. And that's about all we'll need. So, I would love to also automate the cooking, but that's going to be a process and a half. So, to start out with, and same with automating hammer production, but until we get an AE system, I can't see how that's even going to be possible. So there we go. Piece of item duct. And a servo in there so that we can pump cobble out. And we're going to keep this short as possible. So, I guess we'll pump into here. And we'll set it to accept from the top. Is that the top? We need to get up there. Oh, I can't do that. It's going to hit my switch. I know what I'm doing. What you talking about? Okay, so that's good. Except it's... Okay, that's not on. Let's change that. We can load it up, right? Empty hand, and we will turn it on. Ignore, and that should start filling on. Come on. Huh? I don't need no redstone control. I'm not placing nothing yet. Okay, maybe it's blue. Is it blue? Blue accepts inventory? Oh, shit. It's working! Oh, I didn't even know it would do that. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to set it to first slot only. That way it will only... I think it will... I don't know if that's important. Why is it doing that? How you do that? Fine, you do that then. Okay, that's fine. You got a little table underneath you now. And then the second autonomous activator, which side should we take? This side, maybe? Or the other side? I guess we could put hammers in on this side. Turn that sucker... Oh, I had it right the first time. Turn that sucker around. I guess I need to go get a hammer, because I don't have one on me for test purposes. It's hammer time. I have one spider. He's pissing me off. You need to shut the hell up, spider. Nobody likes you. There, we got a whole bunch of hammers for test purposes. And I think what I'll do is I'll get a third autonomous activator set up, or not a third autonomous activator, a third servo set up with a chest to pump hammers. Oh, for God's sake, into this guy. That's a good idea. There we go. And that will be right click. Now you want left click. Right? Did I make gravel? Where's that gonna go? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's good. Making gravel. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is contain that. This is gonna be ugly at first. Later on I can use like panels and stuff like that. So let's see here. I'll put one here. I'll put one here. And then here we're gonna switch that out for a friggers. Can I turn this off? There we go. I'm gonna put a hopper here. We'll just put a block there for now. And a chest, which I happen to have on me. Probably don't need an iron chest, but for now, that's what I got. And hopefully that doesn't connect to this system. It shouldn't. And the iron chest is going to connect to the input chest. So I guess we're going to be sieving gravel for a while. What I'll need to do if I want to collect dust is take everything out of here, like just turn this off, and take all the gravel, reinsert it into the system instead of cobble, and reprocess it a few times until I get more autonomous activators. We'll put that in there, and this is going to be low, and we're going to switch it around so that it's always feeding, and that should be it. I probably don't even need that. So let's turn that back on. Okay, that's already on. We just need to insert some stone in here. And actually, what am I saying? That's not necessary. There we go. So that should be putting gravel. There it is. There's the gravel. So what we'll need to do to our Steve's Factory Manager system, and this is right under the lava, it's so hot down here, is we'll need to allow it to take gravel as well, which isn't going to be very hard. All I need to do is go into the whitelisting settings and say, oh, look at that, the hopper picked it all up. So the cobblestone went through. What I'll do though is I'm gonna probably add that stuff. Well, I guess I could do it on camera. Items, we need whitelist. We're gonna do gravel, and then later I'll probably add sand and whatnot as well. Did I do oops? Did I do? Was it? I don't think I specified an amount. No. Okay. Not on that particular whitelist. And then on here, whitelist. Did I specify an amount? Yes. So we're going to add gravel. And this is just so that once we get a good supply of gravel, we can start processing it. And then the input doesn't matter. It's blacklisted. And the output, this matters because this is the output to the input chest, any surplus. And did I specify an amount? No. Okay, so we're going to do gravel here. Like that, and specify an amount 1. I did specify an amount. No, I didn't. Why would I? If I have more than one, I don't want to specify an amount. Silly. This is where things get a little complicated, though. Did that save? Yeah, it did. Okay, there we go. And then the last output, items. Did I specify an amount for that? No, but I'll need to put gravel here too. Because we're blacklisting... blacklisting gravel. We don't want it to end up in the output chest. Which it already is, because it was being inserted into here, but now it should be okay. Oh, that's cobblestone. There. And then later on we'll add sand as well. Kind of ugly. I'm going to have to clean this up visually. But it seems to be working okay. I guess the biggest test would be to move that up to here and see if it would process it. Should we do that? Let's do that. Be the final piece here. Yeah, you take that. Take it. Oh yeah, but it's chucking as much as it's... Oh no, it's sieving it. Okay. There, and I saw some product. And are we getting gravel bits? Yes, we are. Look at that. So now we'll start getting coal and lapis and emeralds and diamonds and stuff like that. It won't be fast, but you can extend the system too. You can put in more of these block gates, and like I think you can put a block gate on this side, or something like that, and another sieving table, and use the same hopper, and you can extend it like that. So you can actually get quite a bit of stuff happening. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for today, guys. Ore processing. We're getting it nailed down. It looks terrible. I'm going to have to do something with that. I need some materials first. I'm going to iron. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye, everybody.